Hello, everyone. This is my deliberative persuasive speech. My topic is whether social media platforms should have stricter age restrictions. And my live audience is my girlfriend on the phone. Say hello.
Hello.
Okay, let's get into it. So, I'm going to start with my attention. So, basically, the issue here is that there are kids who have access to social media at a very, very young age, and it causes a heap of issues, such as mental health issues, like body dysmorphia, and then also cyberbullying, and that kind of ties in with mental health and body dysmorphia. There's people online who hide behind a screen and will basically say unkind things to one another, and especially people who are younger, they don't really have the maturity to kind of think like, oh, maybe I shouldn't say something like that to this person, or maybe I'll hurt this person's feelings. And then on the receiving end of it, the kids take it like very, very personally, and it's just negative. And then also, just away from that, just consuming lots and lots of media is shown to just not be good for really anybody, but especially young kids with developing brains. So I'm gonna look at my notes just for a quick second, just to I think. And another good example, an example of this is TikTok. And TikTok is almost like it's kind of like the Vine of today's age, where it's super short clips. And those short clips, again, it's like a dopamine machine. It's like really, really bad for kids to just be viewing these quick videos and being able to scroll on and just see like other stuff like that. And then for the need, I I said that young users basically just shouldn't even be exposed to this stuff on social media, and they shouldn't be exposed to cyberbullying. They shouldn't be exposed to addictive content that is like there's algorithms that basically try to make it so then these kids are on their phone all the time and not being social, and then that also contributes to the mental health problems and self-esteem issues. And then for satisfaction, I think enforcing age verification would be a smart thing. I don't know how they would really implement that, but something like I would say if it was a kid without like parental consent or something, it'd be like maybe like 16 or 17 years of age, because I feel like they'd be mature enough to use apps on their own. But I would think that like apps like I don't know if TikTok has it, but I know YouTube has like a kids version where they basically censor like inappropriate content and stuff with like cuss words and stuff that's meant for older people. But like it's like YouTube Kids. But I don't know if there's not really like a middle ground for people, for teenagers, where they're able to consume content that is like, I guess, age appropriate, but not like too much to the point where it's like making them kind of like toxic by seeing things that they kind of shouldn't be exposed to at a young age. I don't know. And then visualization, I said that if we were to do this, it would basically just make social media a lot more safe for minors, and it would just make it less harmful. And I think it could even, because I've heard news stories and seen stuff, cyberbullying has led to suicides before. Unfortunately, it's hard to think about, but that it's happened where kids have been they take stuff so seriously. Somebody saying something bad about them, and they kill themselves. So having some sort of security that causes them to not have access or make it so that people can't cyberbully them could potentially save lives, pretty much, which is kind of crazy to think about. But just companies basically being able to monitor cyberbullying, enforce bans on people for cyberbullying could literally save lives. It's kind of crazy to think about. And that ties in with my notes I had for my action. I basically said that companies need to review things that are going on their apps, and they need to implement policies that specifically protect minors. I would say the ages like 12 to 15, because that's when I mean maybe like 12 to 14, like the middle school ages, because those are when it's just a weird age for everybody, I feel like, and being on social media, I don't think it does any good for any kids that are that age. And I think that everyone would, like most people that are shown this, would support this. And then I need to show this video. I totally forgot about a prop because I've kind of just been yapping it up a little bit, but let's see this. And this is a video by ABC News talking about social media.
The News medical contributor Dr. Alok Patel says research shows the Surgeon General is right.
Those brains are still developing, and we have enough research to show that constant social media scrolling can actually affect brain chemistry in these young kids. There's plenty of research to suggest that social media, especially social media.
And I think this effect on brain chemistry that he's talked about, it's basically the algorithm, the way the algorithm it works, it basically creates a dopamine release when these kids are viewing content. So it's just really bad. But that's pretty much all I have. Thank you for watching, and I hope everybody is doing good in their classes and has a good rest of their week.